Hey, did you know French fries weren't actually made in France?
They weren't? Where were they made?
In Greece. Get it? Because you fry French fries in Greece.
French. Well, you see, now you ruined. Now instead of making people think about it, we gave them the answer to the joke. But that's a good joke. I like that. It's a good job. All right. So, judging by our wonderful joke to start off the show, everybody knows that this is another edition of
This Day in
Sports. Today is November 9th. And we have, of course, 5 facts for you today, as well as a whole bunch of birthdays, to tell you all amazing things that have happened today, November 9th, in history of sports. But before we do that, why don't you please do the following things? Trey, tell them what they need to do, please.
You need to follow us on all our social medias. Follow us at View from the Yard on Twitter. At View from the Yard on Snapchat. And Vieward on Facebook.
On Facebook, that's right. So check out all 3 of those social medias, as well as
subscribe.
Subscribe right here.
Hit that like button, turn on those post notifications. You get a notification every time we post a new video.
You got it. And we're trying to post a video every single day. We're hoping to get 1 more subscriber every single day. We have doubled our subscription rate in the past 3 weeks, so that's very good. So let's keep that going. A couple of comments. Somebody, Forerunner Forever, made a couple of comments. And somebody named Brandon made some comments. And also, when it comes to the birthdays, if you leave a comment telling us when your birthday is, we will announce your birthday with all the famous celebrities. How's that sound? Good deal? All right, let's get this party started. What? We're going to start all the way back in 1950 with a good Phillies fact. Phillies skipper Eddie Sawyer was selected as manager of the year. He led the Phillies all the way to the World Series that year against the Yankees. And in the same year, the White Sox released Luke Old Aches and Pains Appling, who had been the shortstop for the White Sox since 1930. So if you can do the math, that's been 20 years he was with the program. It ended his Hall of Fame career. Unfortunately, he didn't play for any other team after that. Skipping ahead to 1982, Brewers' Robin Yount wins the AL MVP unanimously. He must have been pretty good if everybody voted for him. What do you think?
Yeah, probably pretty good.
Yep. And then in 1984, the most shots in a New York Islanders game occurred on this day in 1984. Trey, you want to take any guess as to how many shots on goal they had in the hockey game?
20.
20 is a great guess, but way, way under.
How much?
88 shots on goal.
What?
No, there were 88 shots on goal total. The Islanders had 45 and the Rangers had 43. So that's a lot of shots on goal. Those goalies must have been sore after that. And then last but not least, in 2015, the World Anti-Doping Agency commissioned a report recommends Russian Federation be banned from athletes competing for running a state-supported doping program. That was a whole mouthful there. Basically, what this comes down to is they figured out that the Russians were doing steroids, and they wouldn't let them in Olympic or competitive venues. Pretty bad, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so that's it for our 5 facts for the day. We need a question of the day. Question of the day. Here's going to be the question of the day. We saw a band. What band did we send? That is the question of the day. It'll be right over there in that little circle. What band did Trey, his sister, his mother, and I go see? And maybe we'll give you a clue at the end of the show. But before then, Trey's going to give you a bunch of birthdays for people who are celebrating their birthday today. So Trey, why don't you go on with this? So, as we always say, if today's your birthday, then happy birthday to you. Go ahead, Trey. Tell them who they share their birthday with.
You share your birthday with these people. 1935, Bob Gibson. He was the Cardinal pitcher for the Cy Young and the NL MVP in 1968. In 1965, Todd Gill. He was an NHL defenseman for the Toronto Maple Leafs. In 1970, Chad Ogia.
Sounds good to me. I think so. Yeah, Chad Ogia.
Pitcher for the Cleveland Indians. In 1971, Jimmy Hitchcock, NFL cornerback for the New England Patriots. In 1978, Todd Self, an American baseball player. And in 1979, Adam Dunn, an American baseball player also.
All right, so there's the birthdays. That means that it's almost the end of our show. So what do we have to do now? We just have to remind you one more time, please, to follow us at all 3 of these things at the bottom. Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. Follow us at all those 3 things.
Subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below.
Yes, do all that good stuff. Tell us when your birthday is so that we can announce your birthday with these famous celebrities. And since I gave you a little teaser, we said who the band was that we saw. This band actually wants you to video their shows, record their shows, and post it on social media. So we're going to do that. At the end of this show, we're going to show you a little clip of the band that we saw. Maybe it'll give you a clue. Maybe it won't. All right? Any other thing to add?
Nope.
All right. So from Trey and me, I'm Rob. This is A View from the Yard presents This Day in Sports, and we're saying to you, peace.
I need you, I need you, in the morning, when the soul's on fire. I need you, yeah. Sometimes I feel a little sad inside. When the wind mistreats me, I never have a place to hide. I need you, I need you, I need you, I need you, I need you. I'm coming to you.
Yeah!
Good loving, I got a trouble load. And when they get you got something, so don't worry, 'cause I'm coming. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. Ooh, yeah, I'm a soul man. Hey folks, here's the story about Benita Moonshine. She was a low down the hood chicken child. She was as rough as tough as